Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist have teamed up together to drop the sequel to the fan favorite project, Alfredo. And this album features some of the most smooth and lavish production I've heard in a very long time. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make drumless Alchemist type samples completely from scratch. No samples required, no splice, no nothing. And this is going to be more of a fast-paced video since it's pulled from one of my live streams. But at the end of the video, I'll delve more deeply into the actual music theory and processes behind the production. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. I'm just going to play some keys real quick and see what I can come up with. Okay, I think I'm gonna layer that with a piano just to keep things nice and big. I've been really obsessed with this piano recently, the Opus Pianos Platinum from East West. This piano's pretty killer, especially if you enable the other mics. It sounds really good. So let's see what I can get with this. That's kind of clean. That's kind of clean. Okay, so I'm going to change this. Right now we're in F sharp major. I'm going to change it to maybe G major. Yeah, I'm going to change it to G major so that it is easy to play on guitar. I am going to pull up this website called All Guitar Chords, which is super helpful when making guitar patterns based off of an existing chord progression. Maybe I'll just go with a standard G major 7 because I think that's what we're playing. We're playing like a G sus2 major 7. So, and then it goes to a D major 7, I believe. There you go. That sounded pretty cool. I'm content with that. Okay, I'm gonna throw in some kind of high string and then maybe a bass line. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to get a little funky with the bass line. That way we have a little bit of groove and a little bit of rhythm to work with. I bet. I feel like that's pretty good. Actually, I lied. I want to add one more thing. I just want to add like a little hi-hat to emphasize the rhythm. It's like a little like t. Perfect. Cool. And then I'm also going to pitch shift this. I'm kind of torn between what pitch to choose. I rock with that. That's sick. That's sick as fuck. So yeah, that's going to completely cover the process behind making Alfredo 2 type samples. Very briefly, I'm going to just dive a little bit deeper into the music theory behind this sample because I tend to move pretty quickly when I'm just making stuff for a live audience. So for the first electric piano melody being played, I'm working in F sharp major, and I'm playing a progression going from the 1 to the 5 of our scale. And the actual chords that are being played are an F sharp major sus2, and then it goes into a C sharp major 7. For the piano itself, I play a very similar chord progression going from that F sharp major sus2, but for the C sharp or the 5 of our scale, I play a 9th chord instead of a 7th chord. This just adds a little bit of variation between the electric piano and the piano. That way it's not just a duplicated pattern pattern. For the guitar melody, just to make things easy for myself, I transposed the entire melody up by 1 semitone into G major. If you're ever working in a really difficult scale that includes a lot of flats and sharps, and you want to lay down some guitar chords on top of it, try transposing your entire melody to a different scale that is easier to work with, like G major or D major. So after transposing it up to G major, I'm purely playing major 7 chords just to make things easy on myself. So going from the 1 to the 5, I'm playing G major 7 to D major 7. As for the strings, I literally just played stuff on my MIDI keyboard until I found a pattern that suited our original melody. When it comes to lead patterns, this is typically what I recommend, as playing a melody that's kind of off the cuff, straight from your brain, can result in some really cool techniques that you wouldn't have used if you just drew the melody in. And then finally for the bass line, I'm playing our bass notes, yet again, G and D, while adding in some little flourishes here and there. For example, to transition from G to D, I integrate the C sharp right before the D. And there's a half step interval right between the C sharp and the D, so that makes that transition sound super resolute when it finally comes together. And then I was talking to chat while I was doing this, so I didn't show it in the video, but I used a VST called Sketch Cassette on my master to give the melody a much more vintage sound, though there are free plugin alternatives like Isotope Vinyl that you can use. So yeah, that's gonna completely cover everything you need to know on how to make samples in the style of Alfredo 1 and 2. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, kind of a less structured, more laid back kind of video, but I really enjoyed doing it and I really enjoy streaming, so feel free to stop by the streams anytime. They're a lot of fun. If you want the FLP for this sample, as well as the FLP for all of my beats and samples and all my other tutorials, go ahead and check out my Patreon. It's $5 a month. You get all the FLPs for every single beat and sample that I make, as well as the full raw unedited videos of me making every single beat or sample. That way you could dissect the actual process and techniques used. And finally, if you don't want to miss out on future live streams or posts, consider subscribing, as I post 1 tutorial a week and 1 sound kit a month. Other than that, it's going to be it. Peace!